everyone. Today we are diving into the pivotal role of AI in training and skill enhancement. In a fast paced digital era, AI isn't just transforming how we learn, it's revolutionizing it. So, we'll explore how AI personalizes training, optimizes skill development, and shapes the future of workforce readiness. So, let's uncover how these advancements are reshaping professional growth. Adding to the excitement of today's session, we are honored to have Rohini Dhage, who is an internationally certified expert in personal empowerment. From the age of 20, she has empowered thousands with the ABCDEs of success, that is, appearance, behavior, communication, digital presence, and etiquette. Her influence spans corporates, colleges, schools, and marginalized communities, totaling over 15,000 learners. Beyond appearances, Rohini ignites authentic transformations, empowering individuals to cultivate inner confidence and create impactful, lasting change in their lives. Welcome, Rohini, to today's session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure is all, Asma. And also, we are joined today by the co founder of Gravitas AI, Mr. Aarsh Srivastava. Welcome to the panel discussion, sir.
Thank you, Roshali.
So now let's starting with a short and exciting fireside chat. My first question is to you, Rohini. That how does AI compare to traditional training methods in terms of effectiveness and efficiency?
Right. According to me, AI actually offers several advantages over the traditional methods, as you see and as you said already, that the world is revolutionizing. And according to that, people's way of looking at trainings have changed a lot since before COVID and after COVID. So I feel that when it comes to effectiveness, AI can very easily personalize learning path if you give it the right inputs, and it can also cater to individual strengths and weaknesses as needed, right? And we can also form really good, you can say, targeted feedback if we take a little help of AI into it. So that's how it can make it more effective. And coming to efficiency, AI can automate a lot of repetitive tasks, specifically for content delivery, grading, all of these things. So when it comes to a coach or a trainer specifically, it becomes really easy for them to make a script and keep it ready for how it is to be delivered. However, when it comes to learners, I feel like AI can still, what you can say, it can help you with very micro things if you really use it to your advantage, right? So it's all in how you put inputs, and never into how you are letting, what you can say, letting it take over you. Okay, so I feel traditional methods still hold the same value as they had before, for specifically areas like social connections and fostering creativity through specifically in person interactions. However, we can still blend both of these things, AI and traditional method, to have an ideal approach towards coaching and training.
Yeah, I'll start from where she left. So basically, it's human training. So we'll still use a lot of human ways of doing it, but where AI can come into picture is all about assistance, and that is where we are focusing on. So as we want AI to provide the kind of assistance we need to save our time, cost, and effort while getting the repetitive tasks done, and at the same time trying to understand if there's more possibility of automating more into that particular domain. With the advent of ChatGPT and LLM models, this has become much more easier now. If I talk say 3 4 years back, 5 years back, then still training as an effort was it was an effort to, if you're trying to train a chatbot on training modules, you can only do a limited effort for a limited time, else you'll have to go for longer projects. But with new LLM models and the power of computation as it has increased, now it's much more easier, and we can also scale up quite quickly. So we can train a lot of things because the knowledge is also there, already there. The generic knowledge is there. We have to make it specific. Also, implementation of RAG models along with the LLM particularly increases the kind of specificity as we need it for the training modules, etc. And also we can think of multiple things where people can also be evaluated, not on all the matrices, but at least some matrices, so that the work of the educator becomes a bit easier. It's also very effective for the people who are getting trained as well, because they can keep asking the AI the same questions. AI is available 24/7, because the educator is a busy person. They have to like go and train a lot of people, and they can be physically present only at some places. So it's like omnipresent, specific, consistent, accurate information 24/7, which is provisioned and can be done in multiple languages. So even we can break the language barriers, because we as humans can speak one language, three languages, or maximum five languages. There are people who definitely know more than that, but typically people know not more than that number of languages. So, but AI can be trained like a plethora of languages. Same modules can be delivered into different kind of languages, and it's still very effective. The accuracy is growing. So we definitely it's a win-win for both parties in training segment.
Thank you, Rohini and Arsh, for addressing this important question. And yes, I would also like to add that as Rohini emphasized, that AI offers distinct advantages over traditional training methods due to its ability, basically, of personalizing learning experiences, through by providing real-time feedback and adapt to individual progress. So through this, we can definitely say that this will enhance both the effectiveness and efficiency of training programs, and ultimately this will lead to better skill retention and application in real world scenarios. So moving towards the next question. So what according to you, Rohini, are the most significant benefits of integrating AI into training programs for both organizations and employees?
Okay, so when it comes to AI integration, I think it's going on a lot in today's world already, and it is benefiting multiple sectors. And similarly, I can see it benefiting trainings. Specifically, if we talk in the benefits of the organization, there would be something like increased, I would say, return on interest. So whatever sorry, return on investment, so whatever you are doing to improve your employee skills will lead to better performance, higher productivity, and a little more turnover for your own company, right? So that is how, if you actually use AI to the fullest and with its best capabilities, it can really increase how it has been and how it can be doing. Plus, I feel there's one more aspect to it, which is your like online sessions, right? A lot of companies nowadays are going into hybrid mode. So they want online sessions, and AI can really make online sessions fun. So there are a lot of different apps, there are a lot of different games inside, like Zoom app as such, for example. There are a lot of different interactive exercise games inside that. So as a trainer also, you can use and utilize those apps to get the organization actually engaged, or the employees actually engaged in the program. And when it comes to training costs, it can reduce it. So for organizations, of course, it can reduce the training cost if you're taking an online session. A lot of targeted learning can happen. A lot of specific personalized things can happen if you target the right AI for it. So yes, that is one of the parts. And I also feel like AI could be, what you can say, it can scale the way the organization functions. It can allow for like consistent trainings. It can make you a good roadmap to how to take your employees to the next level. And that is how it can change the way an organization looks at its employees and invests in the employees. For employees, I feel like, as I previously mentioned, it could be personalized learning, of course, because it's going to tailor a lot of things for them. But there could be also a little bit of flexibility, like on demand trainings, something that could be created on their own pace, and also very data driven feedback. So, if you see, there are a lot of people nowadays who are creating AI specifically for feedbacks, and these feedbacks are very much customized to the trainer's need. So if I want to feed into certain questions, they would do it that way, and at the end I can see a very measurable result, which previously I think in the industry was lacking a lot. A lot of times, trainers and coaches used to be like, how do I show people that my trainings are resulting into something? But now with AI integrated into it, it can really change the way results can be showcased. And it's very data driven, it's very customized. So you can actually see in numbers and percentages very well and easily how your trainings have changed people. So that could again be a plus point for organizations. They do not have to do a lot of other work and a lot of follow-ups, a lot of assignments or assessments. They can see it after the training in a single feedback form itself. So that's also one of the parts. I think there are multiple ways in which I feel this could be inculcated. However, yes, this is certain things that come to my mind like right on the spot. Yeah.
Definitely, it has an impact on both ends, and what we're looking at is sustainability through these kind of cutting edge technologies, because ultimately, whatever we reduce adds to the benefit, and also increases the scope of getting further ahead. Because if you're saving time of a particular colleague, or like a group of colleagues, or like a department, and definitely we've got like much larger bandwidth to explore more, do more R&D. So it will increase more productivity, it will increase more creativity, it will
Right.
increase more thinkability, and people will be more inclined towards if because they'll have time, they'll have time to think. In the current scenario, we have got very busy lives, and we are just trying to do the jobs which we have in hand. But with more time in hand and more productive tools which come into picture to help you, give you more insights which are easier, so that your research becomes easy, you tend to get into that zone wherein like you can start exploring more, do more research, and try to increase and take the direction to take a very different direction altogether, which will definitely contribute a lot to the organization. So I can see definitely like sustainability with a lot of productivity and exploration and R&D is something which will explode from here.
Thank you, Rohini and Aarsh, for sharing your insights and summarizing what you both have said, that integrating AI into training program benefits organization by enhancing scalability, and it reduces cost, improves overall training effectiveness through personalized learning experiences. And yes, for employees, AI offers continuous skill development opportunities, like Rohini mentioned, tailored feedback and adaptive learning pathways, so empowering them to thrive in a changing AI landscape and increasing the creativity also, as Ursh mentioned. So now let's move on to our next segment, that is the myth busting round, where we debunk common myths and misconceptions. So there's a common myth and a belief that AI implementation is prohibitively expensive and only accessible to large corporations. Can you please debunk this myth, Rohini?
Can you please repeat the question once? I couldn't hear it clearly.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So actually, there's a common belief that
Mhm.
Right.
No problem. Yes.
yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Indeed, but I
So
think
yeah,
there's
there's
some
a common belief, Rohini, that AI implementation is prohibitively expensive and only accessible to large corporations. So can you
Right.
please debunk this myth that is going on these days?
Okay. So, one of the things when it comes to any sort of investments, I feel one time investment is, of course, a little expensive. And if you want long term results out of something, you got to put in some money. Money gives back money. That's what I believe. So, that's one of the things. And I have a lot of friends who are working, a lot of, I would say, award winning friends who are working into AI. So, and there are some people who have also worked with ChatGPT. So, I know that it's not an easy task as such, and anything that requires effort requires money. However, I still feel that AI is, as anything else, is not that expensive. While some complex AI solutions can be costly, of course, like if you want a very 3D website, it can cost you maybe triple the cost of a normal website. However, I still feel there are increasingly affordable options available right now. So you see one AI which is expensive, you can really find an alternative to it anywhere. And they let you try it for like at least a month. So a trial period of 1 week or 1 month is really good, I feel, if you want to get certain things done. However, if you want a long term thing, I suggest you invest into it. And I also feel like cloud based AI platforms or any pre built modules These are certain things which are not very easily accessible because of the work that goes into it. However, as I mentioned before, if you want short parts or small tasks to be done, there is always an alternative which is available for free. So yes, it could be a little costly, but if you want a result out of it, I would say go invest.
Yeah, definitely. Like technology is in the initial stages, definitely expensive, and slowly it's dies down the path of the very being very cost centric. So basically, currently what has happened is that with the advancement of chat GPT and new models, plus the rush of startups getting into this and focusing trying to get into more SaaS model, that is making things more increasingly affordable. There are definitely projects with like large size projects, large scope projects, more complexity projects will be like obviously time and material projects where you have to do a lot of effort, because you have to also understand this technology is something which is very different. It's not traditional web application development, but you have to, yeah, actually trying to mimic human intelligence. So we have to put a lot of effort in terms of training, but the training if it's getting reduced because of the algorithm's power, which is increasing day by day exponentially. So 8 years, 10 years down the line, like when you started with the first AI project, the same thing which we developed for about an year, now we can close it in say 30 days, of not more than that, 30 days, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks POCs, and not only POCs, 6 weeks MVP releases can be done for that size of project which I did about 10 years back. So definitely, there's a lot of computational power increase, and that is reducing the cost of the technology with more SaaS models and SaaS models which are centered towards use cases and sectors. We'll definitely see a lot of cost reduction in this technology.
Thank you, Ash and Rohini, for addressing this misconception. And if I want to elaborate on the Ash points, contrary to popular belief that AI implementation is becoming increasingly affordable also and accessible across organization of all sizes. So thanks to advancements in technology and availability of scalable solutions, and with according to me, with proper planning and strategic integration, even small and medium sized enterprises can harness the transformative power of AI to enhance their operations and competitiveness in the market. So yes, now let's moving to the next common myth these days, that there's a perception that only tech savvy users can benefit from AI in training. So is this true?
Okay, so when it comes to tech savviness, this is one of my favorite parts to address, by the way. I truly feel that AI is a model which actually is a taught model, right? So AI has got inputs from us to be what it is right now. Similarly, I feel if you can teach AI to be something, you can teach yourself to use AI as well. So AI is something which AI is there to make it user friendly, actually. So it is there to make it easy for the people who do not know how to use multiple things. And with features like, speech to text coming in, it's even easier for people who are not very used to handling mobiles or any sort of devices like that. Plus, I feel there are a lot of languages. So if you feel like language could be a barrier to how you're going to work upon it, like let's suppose my grandfather could feel so. So again, like I said, you can easily just hit record and you can speak into it, and it will understand what you're saying, even if it is Marathi, right? So that's one of the parts. So I feel like modern AI is designed to be user friendly and intuitive. I also feel that it could really help while it comes to delivery also. If you are a certain person and you do not understand how to put it in a certain way, you can definitely ask it to do that. And I would say at the end, just focus on learning more than technology, because technology is going to be evolving all the time. And in the future, you would probably find hardly like something which is not based on technology. So it's a good time that you start investing into learning how to use the module, or how to use different types of chat gpt interfaces, rather than thinking about how less tech savvy are you. So that would be one of the things. And I feel like as a trainer, we have to be facilitator as well. So AI is similar to what we do. So AI is also acting like a facilitator. It is also there to give you or design paths for you. So if you do not understand something, it is there to help you in that way. And even I recall in one of the trainings, someone said, use AI as your personal assistant. So this is something that you can really focus on here. Like if you do not really know how to use it, ask it how to use it. That's going to make it so much easy for you. So
That's
yes.
quite true. That's quite true. Like, and also, it's totally wrong that tech-savvy users can only use it, because, as she also said, that it's been designed in such a way that it's very easy. You'll recognize that many users who talk to Alexa don't know it runs on AI. There will be lots of users like that, but they don't know that it runs on AI, but they know that Alexa is something which is responding back. It's giving you the answers, it's giving you the information. So they compare it with Google, but even if they go to Google, they don't understand. Sometimes they don't understand that it's coming through a lot of algorithms which is running on the backside. So whatever is happening in the backside is being controlled well now, and users are at the center of the solutions, which I can see from all the technology companies. Technology, like
Mhm.
the big players, they are like focusing on that area so that it can be more user centric, more easy to handle, can be commonly used. Because when you start developing solutions like that on a scale, then only like specific solutions can be developed which can be more user friendly and can solve problems which are actually there, rather than like having a technology solution which just sit as a big elephant in the room and then just do nothing. So definitely, I totally agree that it's this myth is wrong.
Thank you, Rohini and Ash, for addressing this perception that tech-savvy users can only benefit from AI in training. And yes, as you both said, in reality, AI in training is designed to be user-friendly and accessible to all learners, regardless of their technical expertise. And with intuitive interfaces and adaptive learning features, AI empowers users at various skill levels to benefit from personalized training experiences and continuous skill development. And through this inclusive approach, only we can ensure that everyone can leverage AI to enhance their learning journey effectively. So now moving towards our next segment, that is the storytelling segment. So Rohini, can you please share a personal story or experience where AI played a pivotal role in transforming training or skill development?
Okay, so I do personally have a lot and many. However, I'm going to start with one of the facts and then I'm going to move towards the story. So, one of the things that, as I think many of the trainers in the industry might be doing as well, is, telling AI to create a training for them. So this is one of the things that I have also tried, and out of curiosity, I've tried multiple modules of it. However, I would say there's a message behind what I'm saying. However, I would say that do not tell AI to create something for you. Rather, give it inputs and let it then build on that inputs. So those inputs are going to help you create exactly what you require for your audience. So that's one of the points. Coming to story, so there are certain things while I was developing my business module. So there were certain things that I needed to keep in place. So that was a time, one of the times when I thought, why not turn to AI to create certain things which are taking me too much time to create, right? So as an individual, you can sit and then you can brainstorm and then you come out with a lot of things, but you don't implement things unless and until you feel that you're going on the right path. So that's where I thought I could really utilize AI. So like creating checklists, creating manuals, even, SOPs, creating different policies, guidelines, creating different templates, even creating brand strategy. You can use AI into all of these things when it comes to your tasks. So that's one of the cases. And second is when I get an idea about, or let's suppose, and my trainings are very facilitative and you can say interactive, uh, as I like to keep them. So there are a lot of games involved. So whenever it comes to games, I have this very weird ideas, which I like to see how they could be implemented. So that's when I go to AI and ask it, like, if I have certain kind of idea like this, and I feel like this relates to, let's suppose, for example, communication module. So how do you think should it be played out, right? So is it going to work? So that's one of the things that I do. And if I have certain elements in mind, I let like I feed AI first. I feed AI with my knowledge, and then I let it generate results according to what I feed it. So it has helped me multiple times in multiple trainings of mine where people ended up saying that this is one of the activities that we never thought someone could create or someone could implement in a big crowd or something like that. So that's when you can actually pinpoint that issue or pinpoint a thing that you want to look into the future, whether it will be implemented the way I want it to be, specifically for trainers and coaches. And then you can definitely go and put in some inputs and ask AI how it could be implemented or whether it's the right thing to do right now. So because it's easy to have dilemmas, AI could help you sort it out because it's rational, I feel. So yes, that's one of the things that has helped me a lot with my business and my trainings.
Yes, training is an important part, and like I remember from my college days, so I used to be quite YouTube savvy in terms of my learning, because it was one of the first courses in India in AI back in 2014, and there was very less material available everywhere. But some good channels were there where like they started training a bit about regression and other techniques which were there. So we used to like go to classes, but before that, because it was a novel concept, and we were thankful that we had a very good professor from Indian Statistical Institute. He came to Great Lakes, Mr. P.K. Vishwanathan. So he was able to like actually put everything in our head. But still, we what we used to do that we used to see some YouTube videos initially, and then go to the classes so that we are totally aware of what is being taught, and then we can practice it then and there. Because it was like in an MBA class, like you literally don't get that level of hands-on, but we're able to get that. So it might be that courses might have it. I'm just talking about like what my experience was. But now, since I've changed my old ways of learning as well, with ChatGPT coming into picture, so if I'm going to a YouTube and trying to search for a video, and then I'm searching through, browsing through it, and just trying to find it whether it's relevant for me or not. Instead of I'm just throwing some prompts to ChatGPT, I at least get the relevant areas or the relevant information. So whatever, if I'm trying to learn about some novel concept, new technology, anything which I want to, I just throw some prompts at ChatGPT, try to at least get some reference points, and thereafter, through those reference points, I start searching on the videos, etc. If I want to look for some videos, etc. So it has to completely change how I work. Definitely. Plus, if I talk about some clients, definitely we have done training assistants which have helped in product launches. There's a company where we had about 20,000 MRs to be trained on certain product which was to be launched, and it's a big training effort, definitely. So we trained Tina on that product, and the product was being all the MRs learned from the chatbot itself about the product from different modules, and then gave some tests, which was analyzed by Tina through MCQs, and then the results were prescribed. So we found that about 75% people were able to like easily understand things. So the trainers had to focus only on the 25% people. So that reduces a lot of cost and effort and time, and also time to market, because then people are ready, the workforce is ready. So that is the BAU area which AI can solve.
Hmm.
Thank you, Harsha and Rohini, for sharing your personal stories and experiences with us. And yeah, hearing how AI has played a pivotal role in transforming training or skill development provides valuable insights into its practical impact. And your stories underscores AI's ability to enhance learning outcomes and empower individuals to achieve their full potential in today's digital age. So, coming towards my next question. So, can you please share a vision or a story of how AI might revolutionize training practices in the next decade?
Hmm. So I think when it comes to revolutionizing, I feel it's going to revolutionize. Like there's no to it. How no matter how much I don't want it, but still there's no to it. So yes, I feel like when it comes to coaching or even training, I feel the way the needs are changing and developing day by day. Like previously, I used to feel that after 10 years, something changes in the education system. But now I feel like every 6 months or a year, something is changing in the education system, right? So, with this coming in, I feel there could be a lot of potential for AI to take over a lot of platforms. For example, Duolingo, for example, it's doing it already. I think they are integrating AI into the way they're communicating. So a lot of their Duolingo or any other, I would say, language, very popular language learning apps, they are using AI to personalize the learning paths. They're using it to make it very specific to users' weaknesses. So they can adjust the difficulty, the levels of, a time that is being taken by the individual to learn a certain thing, and all of that, because one size is not going to fit all. So I feel this, along with micro learning, when it comes to a lot of companies are creating chatbots that could specifically answer a query raised by an employee. So this is something that could help people a lot when it comes to what I do not know, what others know. It's really difficult certain times in corporate scenarios to go up to a person and ask for something because they're already swamped with work, and you do not want to really burden people and also not showcase that probably I'm not capable of doing something. So that's where all of these chatbots come into picture, where you can very easily go to them and ask that this is my problem exactly, and can you help me or give me some inputs. So that is one of the things that is already happening, and I think it's going to take uh, a lot of space when it goes further. Specifically for image or soft skills, I would say I feel like there's a lot of potential to develop programs which are individual centric, even though there are a lot of coaches out there who are taking one to ones. But still, I feel there's a lot of potential for this to go on probably VR, or certain bases like that, where person could feel like they're interacting to a real person out there on one-to-one basis, and that's how they can practice. For example, Google has this particular, I don't know what could I call it, but there's a particular website where you can go and then you can enter certain interview questions, and then you can answer it like you're answering in the interview, and this could help you understand what is going right and wrong. Similarly, I feel for presentations, for future negotiations, for future other kind of talks, you can definitely have platforms, and I think there must be certain existing, but I think it's going to grow going ahead, where you can go and talk to it and tell it everything, and then that could give you a very personalized result or feedback. So I feel this is something which could, because people need safe space when they want to talk about certain things, and as humans we don't want to be judged all the time. So yes, it's going to be easier for people to go to AI and talk about stuff, like as I previously mentioned. I feel it's quite rational and practical. So yes, with I just one point that I was thinking about is also, what do you say? It's tools, I would say, rather tools. So integration of different tools could help us also a lot in long term. Like for example, like I said, for templates, you can definitely go to AI right now, but in long term, it could be also content creation. It could be also a whole training overview, or like you have right now a 3D visualizer for architects. It could be similar to that probably. So I feel like that could also come in after certain ages. So yes, these are certain things that I could think of, and there's definitely a lot more that could come with it.
Yeah, as you said, there's definitely a lot more to come. And if you're talking about a decade is a very long time, especially considering the pace of the technology
Yes,
in the
exactly.
past few years. If you're talking, say, 20 years back, then we can talk about 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. But now, with the current scenario, it's very difficult to talk about, say, even 5 years, because you never know what will be there 5 years down the line in terms of technology evolution. So we have to be like we should still think ahead, but it will be with a vision of couple of years, 2 or 3 years, what we can think in terms of like in commercial uses. I'm not saying about R&D, but commercial uses. So we have seen AI for training practices, which has been more of a, like a kind of a semi-automation initially, and now it has come to a stage where it's starting its conversational journey. So which
Yeah.
is with LLM models, you can see more conversations flowing, and you can actually try to get a lot of information, chat with them, these trained bots. Initially, it was just getting information. If you ask the bot a question, the bot will give you a PDF link. and you go and read about it. But here you are asking different type of questions. Putting in keywords, you're putting in long tail questions, you're putting in short tail questions, and AI is able to understand the context of it and get back to you with the right kind of inputs and outputs. So we are in the stage where we are conversational now. From here on, I think it will move ahead in terms of doing the contextualization more robust, and thereafter probably semi-personalization in terms of understanding some cohorts, and the
Mm-hmm.
basis of cohorts trying to getting the responses or content generation or training for those kind of cohorts or groups or batches. And the next level will be personalization, which will be more personal and more centric towards a particular human's needs in terms of training and context, based on the context, behavior, the things which they have exhibited, how they have asked AI in the past say months, 2 months, 5 months to 1 year, whatever it is. So that is the journey which I can see from here on, because we're coming through a path from automation to conversations, contextualization, then semi-personalization, and finally personalization is the end goal, wherein we'll have more advanced versions of this. And definitely at that point of time there'll be much more computational power as well. Plus, who never knows, you never know, there might be new technologies coming into the picture which will take place of the current systems which are running together. But definitely I see AI is a technology which will still continue. It will continue for long, and we'll definitely have multiple technologies coming out of it as branches, as subgroups, which can be utilized for the future.
Thank you, Rohini and Aarsh, for sharing your visionary outlook on the future of AI in training practices. And your perspectives offer an exciting glimpse into how AI could revolutionize learning environments, making them more adaptive, personalized, and effective. And the potential for AI to drive continuous innovation in training holds promise for creating more agile and skilled workforce forces globally. So that's it for the day. Thank you for joining us today, Rohini and Arsh, and sharing your insightful perspective on this topic. Your expertise has provided us with a deeper understanding of how AI is shaping the future of training. And your contributions have been invaluable in today's panel discussion, both enlightening and thought provoking. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Vishali. Thank you, Rohini.
Thank you.
Thank you. To all our attendees, let's keep the conversation alive beyond today's session. Get ready for more dynamic live session coming your way soon. Thank you.